great time to reevaluate our goals and make those positive changes.
Yes, joining us to talk about that topic is former baseball player and veteran Wylie McGraw. Wylie, good morning. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Indeed.
All right, Wylie. Okay, talk to us about peak performance. It all starts with your relationship with yourself, right?
Yes, it's a constant act of self-discovery. We're constantly taught to believe that performance itself is a measure of our ability to complete tasks and stay on track to create quantifiable measures of growth. But how well we live our life does indirectly impact the way in which we perform, no matter what we put our focus or attention to.
Wylie, talk a little bit about social media making an impact in our society and your opinions on that, whether it's a good or bad way that it's impacting us.
Unfortunately, it's become an uncontained and uncontrolled landscape for people to air their grievances, their stresses, and there's no real proper dialogue with decorum or decency happening anymore. It's more passive-aggressive argumentation with no real progress that I'm noticing across all forms of social media. People are just arguing with each other rather than trying to find solutions. And our leaders are the biggest culprits in that.
And talk to us about success and how success is measured, because it isn't determined by money or fame.
Well, money and fame are byproducts of achievement, our ability to accumulate, and we all have different capacities to do that. But success itself should be a new metric. It should be defined by how well we live our lives, the health of our relationships, our personal health, our mindset, our mental health, how our lives are actually showing up out in the world. That should be the focus of what we define as success. Success can be very subjective, but we get caught up in trying to mimic or copy other people based on the amount of money they have in their bank account or the popularity across different mediums.
You know, I'm just reading on your website, there's obviously some words I can't repeat, but you're bringing up a really good point, trying to, how could you rephrase what it is I can't say on television?
I was on a show, Entrepreneurs on Fire. We can't do that either. We called it Unflipping. But really, at the end of the day, it's optimizing the lives of powerful and prominent people. People have the biggest impact and influence on the masses. Getting to the core of what I call their demons and slaying them, the stresses that occupy space within them that impacts their decision making, their thinking, their focus, and their ability to actually lead from a very powerful, balanced place. So it's about really getting into their nuanced lives and making them face their truth.
And Wylie, tell us about your experiences. I'm sure you've been through some where now you're able to look back and realize how you got to where you are today, the success, and how your mindset has changed.
Well, it's about facing those ugly truths that we tend as human beings to stuff down inside and want to overlook or override. It's very uncomfortable to look at the things that plague us from life's negative experiences, traumas, stresses, and setbacks, the failures that overpower us. But what I was able to do was have an outside force that got into my life with me as well and make me face those in real time so that I can eradicate them. And the byproduct of that eradication became my ability to succeed, and no matter what I put my focus on, which is why I do what I do now for leaders.
Wylie, what would you say would be the first step to getting to that place, right? Because maybe somebody's listening to this and they're like, well, I don't know if I can do all that. He sounds like he knows what he's talking about, but how do I start? How do I start thinking this way?
It's first admitting the truth to yourself that you have things you need to look at. You have to be willing to embrace, as we say in the military, embrace the suck and realize that the hard truths, the failures are all part of us actually expanding our capacity to live a life that we say we want. And if you want a life of optimization and health and peace and balance from an inside out approach, you have to first start with admitting to yourself that you need to face those demons and actually do something about them.
Isn't that one of the hardest things for us to do, is see ourselves as others see us, and to, maybe try to objectively look at those faults?
Right. It's an old, I would say, antiquated version of ourselves that has not evolved as rapidly as technology, where our psyches are designed to protect us from the very uncomfortable things that scare us. But unfortunately, now in this landscape, we have people that are trying to push us past our limits, and then we resist that. And that's why we end up feeling stuck in our lives and becoming more stressed out with what we're trying to do.
Well, Wylie McGraw, thank you so much for joining us this morning and sharing this amazing insight.
I appreciate you having me. Thank you.
And you can go to click2houston.com for more. You can search keywords mental health and Seen at 7.